Hi everybody, I'm Liz Peterson, speech-language pathologist with over 23 years of experience. My company is Speech and Voice Enterprises, where we focus on corporate communication and professional business communication topics. Welcome to another episode of Motivating Mondays. We are currently in our series of Never Sounding Nasal Again. And if you have found that you do speak with some nasal residents, don't worry, this video is going to give you specific strategies on how to discontinue from speaking from here and get you more into that lower throat. Let's begin with some strategies. The number one best strategy that you can do, and I've already covered this in our How to Speak with a More Powerful Voice, is to speak from that optimal pitch range. Remember, your vocal folds are in your lower throat. When you speak from here, you are placing your sound waves here in that pharyngeal cavity, creating that pharyngeal resonance. If you can speak from here in this neighborhood, you're not in this neighborhood. If you have not yet mastered the skill of how to speak with your optimal pitch range, I would encourage you to practice. Another strategy is to get you to open your mouth more for speaking. Remember, we want nice, good oral resonance so we can send our sound waves forward. This will also give us better projection, but if we're sending our sound waves here, we're not sending them here, speaking with some nasal resonance. Now, I have a strategy for you if you feel like moving your mouth more feels funny. This strategy is called Feel Your Articulator's Touch While Speaking. You don't need to analyze what's happening where. You don't need to analyze and say, oh, my tongue is touching my palate. I feel my lips coming together. I do feel my jaw. You don't need to analyze it, but as you are speaking to somebody, I want you to have a little bit of awareness in your mind and see if you can notice the sensation of things touching in your mouth cavity. If you can, you are speaking with greater range of motion because you're allowing your lips to move and your tongue to hit your palate. If you move with greater range of motion, you will definitely feel the sensation of that. And as an added benefit, your articulation will also be much more crisp and sharp. So be mindful of speaking from that lower throat and bringing in some more range of motion here. If you can feel things touching, you are speaking with better oral resonance. Now, another strategy that my clients find helpful is to think about or to visualize where you want those sound waves to go. Remember, communication really, when we get down to the bottom line, is just straight up sound waves. Where do you want them to go? You can visualize where you want those sound waves to go, and I have a lot of my clients visualize their sound waves coming from their chest bone, and they find this to be a very helpful strategy of having that nice combination of oral and pharyngeal resonance. Think of your sound waves coming from here as another strategy. To piggyback on that, for some of my male clients, their voices are so low that they almost sound like they're cold speakers. I have them visualize their sound waves coming from their eyes. It actually softens their voice a little bit. You can practice that and see the difference. But again, I really want to impress upon you that you have full control of where you place your sound waves. So if you want to change your voice where it's stronger and more powerful, you absolutely can. This next strategy, I call it flexibility with resonance, where I want you to put your voice in all kinds of different places. Be nasal, talk really nasal, exaggerate it. Maybe talk with a little bit nasal resonance and just not be fully nasal, but a little less nasal, but you can see you're not oral. Now really drop your cavity to down into your voice cavity where you're in that nice lower throat. Place your voice here. Now go back to your nasal cavity. Now go back to that nice pharyngeal cavity. Have flexibility with this. You can absolutely drive where you want those sound waves to go so you will never sound nasal again, and you can always speak with a more powerful and stronger voice. Until next Monday, everybody, bye-bye.